So Sony have announced they've unleashed the PS5 Pro. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Oh goodness me! Oh goodness me! Ah they, they have been absolutely destroyed, absolutely destroyed. And it's not even like it's not even comical how bad they're being destroyed. So 5.1 million views. So they've got a larger GPU, advanced ray tracing, AI-driven upscaling, some more resolution. The stuff you can get on PC, by the way. Anyway, just as an FYI, stuff you can just get on PC. You could have that right now, or could have had it a year ago, or 2 years ago, or whatever. Now the PS4 Pro. Does anyone remember how much that cost? I don't know if anyone remembers how much that cost.
I think I was paying $500 for the original, except I didn't. I was gifted it, but yeah, it was.
No, PS4 Pro was about $350.
Oh, I'm talking about the PS5. I'm sorry, the original PS5.
I'm talking about the PS4 Pro was about $350. Any takers on how much the PS5 Pro is going to cost?
I know, so I won't say. Yeah.
No.
Is it like 500 quid or dollars?
No, it is £700 in the UK.
Ooh.
It is about $800 in the States. It doesn't come with a stand.
Nope.
So you don't get a stand for it. It also doesn't come with a disk drive. It's dog shit. And they are being suitably rinsed for it.
I'm such a boomer. I don't even know what most of those. I don't even know what any of those things are. Advanced ray tracing. Come on. What is that? Come on. Speaking
just like more graphics, basically.
Right, yeah, I mean, I sort of gather, but what was the other thing, like AI or something or other? Like, come on.
Yeah, it's like AI-driven upscaling, like whatever. It's all going to look a bit better, basically. But these are all things you could have just got on. You could have just got this on
just get a PC.
A PC.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And literally just everything in the comments is this, right? There is nothing positive. There's nothing positive at all. Like 2016 PS4 Pro, £350. Now it's £700. The PS5. PlayStation. We've got no games. We raised the controller prices. We're getting rid of your physical media. We're basically Xbox in every single way. Now pay us $700. You pay pigs for the privilege of saying you're a pay pig. It's like, what are you offering here? There's no disc drive, so you can't play your old games on it, your physical games. And I bet you anything, because they're being really like you could buy a disc drive. You can get one, but you've got to buy it and install it separately. So £700 doesn't even come with a disc drive, but you can buy one and install it if you want to play your physical games. But I reckon what they'll do eventually is, and mark my words, I bet you I'm right, PS4 Pro, they will eventually make that not compatible. So they'll like they've done with like the iPhones and stuff like this, they will slowly, purposely make them buggy and phase them out. So you have to buy this. It's like all these video game companies are just speed running to bankruptcy. Like, what are you actually doing? Sony, there's no games, and the games that are coming out are dog shit because they've fully embraced the woke nonsense. So you've got like fat, repugnant, like just disgusting looking things that you've got to play as. People don't want to play as this. Go away. So, I mean, we can just keep going. I mean, it's just literally ain't no barn at for $800, $700. No disc drive is stupid. You know, I've got physical games for my PS4. Sony's being dumb this year. $700, no disc drive, no new games announced. We're not buying the PS5 Pro. It's just all of this. Just non-stop. And they didn't show this image or explain it, but apparently you can install and attach a disc drive on it, but it's sold separately. So it's $700 for the console and then extra to purchase the disc drive separately. You want disc drive? You pay extra.
$80.
Is it $80?
Yeah.
So it's like $800 basically.
Well, yeah. If you add the stand in, it's at 910 before tax.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. If you get the stand
Before tax?
Yeah, before tax.
So how much is it overall then with tax?
I don't probably around $1,000.
What?
Dude,
What?
Can I just sit down with a book instead?
I'm going to tell you right now. You can get half a good graphics card for that. You can be halfway to a 4090 for your PC. Yeah, I mean the money's better spent. Like if somebody were to say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you a PS5 Pro or a new video card," I'd be like, "New video card, new video card." I over time I've become PC master race, man. I never thought that would happen.
Man. I like PC. I much prefer PC. I would sooner, genuinely, I just buy a Nintendo Switch and play Mario Kart over this crap, to be fair. That's much more entertaining.
I was going to say, but I thought it was far too lame to actually say, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I would rather go in the loft and dig out my Mega Drive or SNES.
Oh, no, that's not lame. Right. That is not lame at all. No, man.
I'm sure I've got an Xbox 360 mouldering somewhere. I'll dig that out, play some games on that. $1,000. Give me a break.
Well, look, I mean, I'm going to tell you right now that
Dreamcast. Sorry, someone in the chat said Dreamcast.
Yeah.
I've got a Sega Saturn somewhere.
That's or a Mega Drive. But like right over here in a cabinet just across from me, below the big TV I play video games on, is like 4 different consoles. Like there's a Wii, a Nintendo 64, there's an old school Xbox, and an Xbox 360. There are 4 consoles in there that I could pull out and use at any point in time and be just perfectly happy because I'm not paying for, warmed over garbage. Because now you can't convince me outside of maybe 4 games a year at best that there's any game worth playing on a PlayStation now. And I have a PlayStation. I mean, that's, but why would I buy a Pro? I mean, what else am I getting? Upgraded graphics? To what extent? Is it visible? My eyes are shit. Who's that for?
Well, again, I'll show my age, but when I was younger, like gaming was like a kid's thing, right? Once you grow up and you get a sort of an intense job and or a family or something, you haven't got loads and loads of time to be playing console stuff. You just don't, right? So, I mean, it's not the case anymore because, my generation sort of grew up and we still game and stuff. But like what little kid, or unless you're a fairly well-to-do family, what working class kid says, "Mum, for Christmas, I really want a PS5. Yeah, it's $1,000 though." Where I grew up, I'd be told, absolutely no way. Dream on. $1,000. Yeah, right. Yeah, it could be your birthday and Christmas for 2 or 3 years, maybe.
Yeah,
right? I mean, I don't know. I guess it is.
No, it's insane.
Die-hard grown-up PlayStation fans they are happy to be a cash cow. I guess that's what it is. For real.
Yeah.
It must be what it is.
No, I completely agree. I mean, this comment here is gold. You had $250 million to invest in garbage like Concord, which was a game Sony made, and you couldn't afford to put a fucking disk drive on your flagship product. Are you trying to race Ubisoft to bankruptcy? It's like, what are you actually doing? So I went to look at their stock just to see. And like, I mean, it's not great, but today it's up randomly. So this is Sony Group, but I mean, I'm guessing that's because it's the overall thing. I couldn't find just for play. I mean, it's just not under PlayStation, is it? It's Sony Group as a whole. So they've got other stuff to cover it, but
that's one day. Yeah, go back to a month, 6 months, a year to that. Right. Okay.
I mean, it's not great. It's just the same. But the thing is, if you're going to launch your flagship product, because there's only really 2 games consoles, right? There's Xbox and PlayStation. You're coming to release that. That should be a huge boon to your stock. Huge, but it's not. It just stays. It's just fairly the same, to be honest. Like, it should be massive, huge, but it's
One
not.
thing I say though, so Sony Group, they're much bigger than the PlayStation, right? I imagine anyway that Sony,
Oh yeah,
the
big
actual
company.
Sony Group, the actual, if just PlayStation they decided to end it just tomorrow, I don't imagine it would be like a massive chunk. It would probably be one of their headaches gone, if anything. But yeah,
No,
it
probably.
doesn't bode well, does it? That it didn't really make any impact one way or another.
No, literally not. Like if Microsoft and Xbox and things like that, like their stock would, yeah, like that would change. I think this doing literally nothing at all. I mean, it's just pretty stagnant. It's just the same. Like 5 years, yeah, like really good. But I mean,
don't
it's
know
not really changed that much.
if anyone else had this experience, but the only PlayStation I ever owned was a PS2.
Yeah,
And
likewise.
I
Loved
only
it.
bothered, yeah, it was quite good, but I only bothered getting, I don't know, 4, 5, or 6 games ever on it. Like I had San Andreas on it, I seem to remember. And yeah, I like played that to death and then just sort of put it away. Like the next thing came out, and I never think to myself, oh, I really do want to honestly dig out my PS2. And I never really think that. Whereas I do over the years, I have from time to time literally gone back and played like N64 or SNES or Mega Drive or something. I have like got nostalgic about it. Never with my PS2, not once.
I think they're better games, to be honest. Yeah, I think that. I mean, this it's just what a clown show. How? Like this? What this? You've lost your effing minds. Like all. There's no positive comment. Like there just isn't. No backwards compatibility, no disk drive, and the stand doesn't even come with it. What a rip-off. Yeah, no. F your all digital future where we don't own our games. We effing bought. Add a disk drive, or this is a never buy. There's just nothing. There's nothing positive about it. I don't know what these cat pictures are about. Yeah, hilarious.
Yeah,
Absolutely hilarious.
I'm halfway to a 4090 with 24 gigabytes on board with five video ports out, 2 of them HDMI, 3 of them DisplayPort. I mean, seriously, I could cover my desk in monitors. I mean, it already is, but I mean, I could add 2 more monitors. I'd rather do that, to be fair. It's just nuts. Why would you spend this money? I don't.
Ultima Bendison makes a good point as well. There's no Blu-ray player for movies either, which was one of the appeals of these games consoles as well, that you can play movies in them.
They are trying to get rid of physical media. We have to force them not.
It's so lame. So lame. This whole like digital future and subscription future that everyone's trying to push you to. Massive rejection, huge rejection. Huge rejection of it all. It's just pathetic. Lame as hell. So I thought we'd cover this just because it was funny, to be honest. Because again, the video game industry is really bad at the moment anyway. And then Sony's like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna fuck it up even more. Here we go. Here's the icing on top. Here's a little cherry. Like, what? No one wants this. Not for that price anyway. Unreal. Anything else to add, guys? Or shall we move on, do you think?
Shuffle and run.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite done with this. I'm actually disgusted by what Sony's doing. But again, they also released Concord for 2 weeks. So what does that tell you?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is very, very true. Well, there you go. Anyway, I thought this was very, very funny. So there you go. We will move on.